Hi, welcome to game one of the Rise of the Red Skull campaign on Expert, and it's against Crossbones. So pull up a chair and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be starting off an Expert Rise of the Red Skull campaign, and a few months ago, when this released back last year, I did a campaign on Standard with Captain Marvel, and so I decided, with the Galaxy Most Wanted campaign coming out here in a couple of weeks, I decided to do a playthrough on Expert. Leading up to that, hopefully finish up around the time it comes out or a few days before. So I thought that would be fun, and I decided to go with our most recent addition to the Marvel Champions universe, Scarlet Witch, and so that's who's playing today in Justice. I've got everything mostly set up. He's got his 14 hit points that Crossbones is supposed to have on side 2. I've got his machine gun in play with the counters on it. The only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't done the setup for Attack on Mount Athena, which is create the experimental weapons deck and set it next to the main scheme deck. Well, I have done that, but then I have to flip over and when revealed, reveal the top card of the experimental weapons deck. That's the part I haven't done. And so we'll do that, and it is going to be the exosuit. So he gets +1 scheme, +1 attack, and that's really all that it gives him. But in order for me to get rid of it, I have to spend an energy, mental, and physical resource. All right, I'm going to put it right here on him and not cover up too much. As long as he has a weapon attachment, which Crossbones machine gun and the exosuit is, he does have piercing, but that's only going to be an issue if I ever get a tough status card on her or someone else. All right, here's my starting hand. I'm going to mulligan, and I'm going to get rid of clear the area because there's nothing to thwart. And same thing, turn the tide. That only works. Turn the tide only works if I remove all threat from a scheme. So I'm definitely going to discard these. I have a Spycraft, and I actually have 2 of these in my deck, and the reason is because I want to get them in play so that the Legions of Hydra side scheme, which is in this deck, the Legions of Hydra modular set is in here. If that side scheme comes out, or his bad full auto treachery, which is a horrible card that you discard cards based on his attack value, and then you take indirect damage based on the boost icons, I want a Spycraft in to cancel those if I can, but I don't have a spy character to put in, so I've got another one. I'm just going to go ahead and discard this, and maybe I'll be able to get one in soon. I'll keep the rest and draw back up to 6. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's what we got to start, and not very good. And I got stuff again that helps me thwart, and that's about it. So let's use Spiritual Meditation. I'm going to play that to draw 2 cards and then discard a card from my hand. So 1, there's a Hex Bolt. 2, and I'll discard Turn the Tide. All right, I'll play the other Spiritual Meditation that just came in. So we'll play that, draw 2, 1, 2. All right, the Power in All of Us. I don't have any basic allies or cards really to get in, so I'll discard the Power in All of Us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards now. Okay, I'm going to put in Agatha here with For Justice because I don't have a use for that right now either. And when she comes in, it's an alter ego action, so I'm going to exhaust her. But look at the top 3 cards, put 1 in my hand and 2 on the bottom. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to keep the Molecular Decay, I think, and then put the other 2 on the bottom. And I think I still haven't used her ability. I could discard cards and then draw 2 more. But I kind of like what I have, except again, I do have Agent Coulson here. I wish I could get him out so I could go ahead and get a Spycraft in. But I'll just go with what I have, so I'm not going to use her ability, I think. Let's flip the Scarlet Witch because I want to do a Hex Bolt. I'm going to use Genius to pay for that. So I'm going to discard 3 cards and then do whatever the boost icons let me do. I'm hoping I can stun him and draw a card. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Very good. So I can stun him. well, which I will, and I can deal him 4 damage, or I could try to discard and get 2 icons to draw and go ahead and use a molecular decay. But I might want to go ahead and get under surveillance then, so I'll just go ahead and I'll just deal the 4 damage, the 2 different instances of 2. So that's going to drop him down from 14 to 10, and then I will go ahead and put under surveillance then over here on the scheme, because if it never advances, if I can somehow win with this still on this side, then I don't have to worry about experimental weapons. Oh, this is the only experimental weapon I'll have to worry about for the rest of the campaign. So I got to pay these 2 resources to pay for that. And let's see, she'll attack for 1 because there's nothing else for her to do. Drop him down to 9. And he's stunned, so that's good. So I'm ready and draw to 5. All right, so start of the main phase. We put 1 threat on here. It starts with 1. He's stunned, so he won't attack. And the encounter card will be Slipping Sanity. So I'm going to flip an Exhaust to remove that from the game, and that's good. So we're back to Scarlet Witch, and that lets me use Agatha again. I wasn't planning to be able to do that, so I'm going to exhaust her to look at the top 3 cards, and there's the crest. Oh, double resources, but I want her crest, so I'd like to get that in. I'm going to keep her crest and put the double resources at the bottom. So they'll have to help me later, I guess. And let's see. I could discard 2 cards and draw, but I know 2 of my double resources are at the bottom, so very unlikely that I'll get some double resources. Okay, I'll put in the crest with Lockjaw and for Justice, I guess. And then I'll just hold on to these cards, and I'm going to flip back to Scarlet Witch. And yeah, I mean, I could use clear the area. Yeah, let's clear the area with Quicksilver to remove this threat. And because I removed the last threat off the scheme, I get to draw a card, and it is Nick. So I'll hold on to him, maybe get to play him next time. And I definitely want to hold on to Warp Reality to cancel a nasty card that comes out of here, because he's going to get the attack this time. So I'm going to ready and draw to 5. All right, so 1 threat on the main scheme to start with. He's going to attack, and there's no reason not to defend, so I will defend. Now, the machine gun goes first, but I'm going to go ahead and exhaust the defense. So I'll remove a counter, then I'll discard the top card of the deck and take indirect damage based on the boost icons. So there's no boost icons, it's a star, so that's good. No indirect damage, and I don't have to use my crest or her ability. But now he's going to attack, and he's got, let's see, 3 attacks, so he attacks for 3, and just for 3. If this card resolves during an undefended attack, discard a support you control, but I don't have a support. Well, I do have a support, but it was defended. So it's going to be just 3 to 2 defense, and that's going to drop her down to 9. And then the encounter card will be Weapon Master. So the villain attacks you. If they have a weapon attachment, this card gains Surge. I don't know that I want to be attacked again. And I can cancel it with Warp Reality, so I will. Just got to decide how I want to cancel it. All right, I'm going to cancel this Treachery with Warp Reality. And I want to keep Nick, Chaos Magic, and Hex Bolt. So I'm just going to use, I want to keep this too, but I'm going to use this to pay for Warp Reality. So when an encounter card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel all of its effects and discard it, and then discard cards on top of the encounter deck equal the number of boost icons. So it's going to cancel. There's 1 boost icon, so I'll discard. And we're back to Scarlet Witch. I think I'm going to put Nick into play with Chaos Magic. So that means I got to discard 4 cards from the encounter deck to pay for the payment. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when he comes into play, I'm going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we have Molecular Decay, Magic Shield, and a Hex Bolt. All right. Nick's going to come in with 3 hit points, and I would like to go ahead and use a Molecular Decay, but I also would like to try to stun Crossbones again. All right, he's only got 9 hit points on this side. I think I will go ahead and use Molecular Decay with the other 3 resources. So I may be pushing a little too hard here, but that's what I'm going to do. So I paid for it. I'm going to deal 5 damage and then discard the top 2 cards in the encounter deck. And then for each one I see, for each boost icon, I get 1 additional damage. And you go sentence by sentence, as I've said before in other videos I've done with Scarlet Witch. So you deal 5 damage to an enemy, discard the top 2 cards in the encounter deck. That's sentence 1. And then you would deal the additional damage. And so therefore, I get to, for what I understand from the rules, I get to discard the 2 cards, see what they are before I use Chaos Control to discard another card in place of one, and also to use her crest. So discard 2 cards, 3, 4. All right, so that's the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I could use her crest, but he's got 9 damage left. That's perfect. So I'm just going to go with that. So it's 9 damage. That's going to drop him to 0 on this side. All right, and so side 2 will leave the game. And then let's see, when revealed, reveal the top card of the experimental weapons deck. So we're going to put another weapon in. And it's going to be the Power Gauntlets. After the attached villain attacks and damages you, discard 1 card from your hand. So it's going to go here too. It doesn't give any additional attack, but if she is attacked and damaged, so if Nick Fury gets damaged, I won't have to discard a card, but if she does from an attack, I will. That's how that works. And he comes back in with 16 hit points. All right. So that's pretty good. And then I will, let's see. I could have Nick thwart or just attack and then flip. This may go off, but that's not such a bad thing. He will thwart for 3. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack with Nick for 2 to drop him down to 14. And well, he's in the game. I might as well leave him in the game to take that attack, at least one of the attacks. So I'll stay one more turn as Scarlet Witch and draw up to 5. Okay, so start of the villain phase. 1 threat here on the main scheme, and then he's going to attack. Nick's going to take it. So he'll do the full auto thing though, and I have to take indirect damage based on what gets dumped. So 1 indirect damage, and I'll just have Nick take it. I don't see why I can't, because, well, you know what? I could, yeah, I don't see why he can't take it, because he's defending. He'll still have 1 hit point left. So he's going to take that indirect damage, and then he attacks for 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was a good time for that to come out. And then the encounter card will be Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Well, I don't want to lose her crest, so unfortunately I'm going to have to lose Agatha. So that, and I don't have any way to cancel it, but that's okay. I still got her crest, and we are back to Scarlet Witch. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do over here on this side is Hex Bolt, and I'll use Avengers Mansion and Ironheart, I think, to pay for that. Okay, because I do want to get Agent Coulson in if I can't stun him or whatever. Oh, by the way, the machine gun leaves the game. Okay, so I discard 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. I can thwart for 2, 4, and deal 2 damage. I do want to deal the 2 damage, but I would like to try to stun him or confuse him or something. So I'm gonna use her ability to discard one of these and discard another card to replace it, and it's still a 1. Okay. Well, I don't need to thwart for 4, so I'll use the crest to make this a 2. So I'm going to deal 2 damage. So I'll draw a card, and then I'll thwart for 2, and then deal 2 damage to him to drop him to 12. Okay. And then I don't really have anything to do but to put the Sorcerer Supreme in, so I'll go ahead and do that. How many cards I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I won't have to do 2 encounter cards. So before I will just go ahead and flip and heal back up to 10, because in the expert campaign, you go to the next game with whatever your health is if you win. So I want to try to get as close to 10 as I can. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to ready and draw to 6. All right, starting the main phase. 1 threat here on the scheme. And so we're there, and then he's going to scheme for 3, 4. So that's going to bring it up to 5 out of 6. And it is out of 6 because, well, it's actually out of 7, because it starts with 3, and then the under surveillance adds 4 more. So he schemed for 3, 4. So it's 5 out of 7. So he schemed, and then the encounter card will be Crossbones Assault. So when defeated, Crossbones activates against the player who defeated this scheme. All right. And that's going to come in with 2 threat, but I don't know that that's going to matter a whole lot. He's got 12 health left. So hopefully I can get him right here, because I do have a molecular decay, and I can pay energy and spycraft to pay for the molecular decay. And if it can do at least 8 damage with that, then I can put Spider-Man in play with Power in All of Us and Magic Shield, and he can come in and do the last 4. So there is a chance I can win it right here. So I think I'm going to go for that. I'm not going to, I don't need to heal. I'm not going to discard any cards. Well, this is a double resource, but I don't think I need the double resource. I think I got what I need. So I'm just going to flip to Scarlet Witch. And there's nothing with guard out. This doesn't stop me or anything. So I'm going to molecular decay with spycraft and energy for the 3 resources to pay for that. So it's 5, just 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to use chaos control to discard this advance and discard another card. Still unbelievable. So I'm not going to be able to quite do it. Well, no, actually I might be able to. So it's 5, 6, the crest is 7. All right, and that drops it down from 12 to 5. And then I will put Spider-Man into play with the Power in All of Us for 2, Magic Shield for 3. And when he comes into play, from my hand, choose thwart or attack. Spider-Man gets +2 to the chosen power until the end of the phase. Definitely choosing attack. So he gets 4 attack, and I'm going to attack for 4. And that's going to drop him down to 1. And I do have enough because Scarlet Witch hasn't done anything yet, so she will attack for 1. And that's going to drop him to 0. So there it is. Scarlet Witch defeats Crossbones on Expert, so I win game 1. And that went almost according to plan. I mean, I didn't have to use my spycrafts, and I did have to use my warp reality 1 turn, and I just think it went well. So now let's go to the upgrade phase. I'm going to be going in and showing you what the upgrades are. So if you want to stick around for that, you can. If not, thanks for watching. Please consider to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because I will be having the game 2 of this expert campaign against Absorbing Man coming out soon. So if you're leaving, thanks for watching. If you're going to stay around to see the upgrade, then we're going to get into that right now. All right, you can see here the victory condition. Each player chooses one of the tech upgrades from the Hydra campaign set and adds it to their deck, and I'll show you what those 4 are in a minute. And then you record the name of each experimental attachment that entered the game in the campaign log. And so, and there's 2 of them, the Power Gauntlets and the Exosuit. And then the Expert campaign only, which I'm playing, so record each identity's remaining hit points in the campaign log, as well as any cards added to their deck. Okay, so the 4 tech upgrades are the Emergency Teleporter is 1. And they all have the setup keyword, which means they'll start in play when I get to the next game. But if I took this one, You can see there, discard this and remove it from the campaign log. That's the cost for every one of the 4, whichever one you take. Search your deck or search your deck and discard pile for an ally, put it into play, and give it a tough status card. That's one, but I'm not going to take that one. And then Tactical Scanner. This you can draw 5 cards, discard it to draw 5 cards, but I'm not going to take that one. Then you have Adrenal Stems, and this one lets you ready your hero and heal 5 damage from him. This might be a good one for her brother, Quicksilver, but I'm not playing Quicksilver, so I'm not going to take that one. The one that I am going to take is Laser Cannon. You discard it, remove it from the campaign log, deal 5 damage to the villain and each enemy engaged with you. So, and it isn't an attack, so if you have a lot of minions out and you need to clear the board, this is probably going to do that for you, or at least come very close to where you can do it on your own. So I'm going to keep this and hopefully get to use it against Zola or Red Skull later on in the campaign, because they're going to have some minions and it's going to be nasty, and hold on to this. But this is the one I'm going to put into my campaign. And then, as I said, I'll record the Power Gauntlets and the Exosuit. And then I also will record that she finished with 10 health, which is all of her hit points. So that's good. All right, well, that's going to do it for the Rise of the Red Skull campaign game 1 against Crossbones. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll save you a seat at the table.